Anger is the signal, not the identity. You don't actually want to be angry. You want relief. You want the pressure inside you to stop pushing against your chest, your throat, your thoughts. Anger is not what you are choosing. It is what happens when you feel cornered inside yourself. Something feels wrong, unfair, unsafe, unheard, and your system moves into defense. That movement is not failure. It is a signal. Inner signal says, anger is not the problem. It is the alarm that tells you your inner balance has been disturbed. When you become angry, it feels like you are protecting yourself. But look closer. You are not protecting yourself. You are protecting a story about yourself. I should not be treated like this. I deserve more respect. This should not have happened. That story is not false, but the moment you identify with it, you lose your center. And when the center is lost, force takes over. That is why anger feels so immediate and so absolute, because it arrives from survival, not from wisdom. The Torah view behind inner signal is precise. The soul becomes angry when it forgets that it is held. The moment you believe you are alone in the situation, you switch from trust to reaction. That switch is the real crisis. Because now you feel, I must correct the world in order to breathe again. That is not power. That is panic, wearing the clothes of authority. And here is the deeper layer. Anger is not strength. It is ungrounded energy searching for stability. The fire inside you is real. But the direction is missing. And when direction is missing, the fire attacks whatever is closest. The person in front of you. The event that just happened. Or yourself. That is not control. That is collapse. Inner signal says, your anger is telling you exactly where you feel powerless. Not where the world is wrong, but where you have lost connection to your own inner authority. The rescue begins when you stop treating anger as an enemy and start treating it as information. Ask yourself, honestly, what was threatened? Your dignity, your certainty, your sense of safety, your expectation of how life should unfold. Anger is always the result of something that felt removed from you, something that you believe you need in order to remain stable. The Torah does not tell you to erase anger. It tells you to re-anchor before you act. Because a person who is anchored can hold intensity without destruction. Anger is the moment you forget that your worth is already intact. You think you are defending your value, but you are actually proving to yourself that you don't feel it. That is the tension. So the Torah gives you a different position to stand from. Instead of I must react, it gives you, I am still held, even here. That sentence changes everything, because now the anger is not a weapon. It is a signal pointing you back toward stability. And this is the real wisdom. Anger is not the voice of your strength. It is the voice of your fear of disappearing. That is why it shouts. The rescue is not in silencing it. It is in strengthening the place it is trying to protect. You don't need to destroy anything. You need to rebuild your internal ground. Inner signal says, if you can remain present inside the feeling will reorganize itself. You don't have to solve it. You have to stay with it. That is authority. Because a stable person does not react from the feeling. They allow the feeling to pass through them without losing position. And from that grounded state, they choose their response. This is not suppression. It is alignment. Now understand something crucial. Anger is not your identity. It is the movement of your nervous system trying to return you to safety. If you treat it like a personal failure, you add shame to the fire, and the fire grows. If you treat it like a signal, you gain space, and the space becomes control. The Torah teaches, the correction for anger is patience and truth. Not because patience is morally good, but because patience stabilizes perception, and truth restores dignity. When you remember what you are here for, you don't need anger to carry you. You carry yourself. That is strength. So the rescue becomes practical, not philosophical, not spiritual abstraction, just a grounded step. The practice. When anger rises, pause and locate the exact point of hurt inside you. Do not explain it. Do not justify it. Just feel it quietly for a moment. Then choose one calm, constructive action instead of reaction. That is how you convert the signal into clarity. This is inner signal. Let it settle.